Bunch of you asked for it, so it is my yearly strength of schedule video. What is up, Thin fans? I just want to say, first and foremost, you guys are amazing. Not for anything specific. Seriously, you guys are just amazing because you're watching this right now. And I appreciate you giving me the time to watch my content. Appreciate you. But also, I think the last time I said to you guys how close we were to hitting 40K, we gained like 30 subs. So we're about 406 away. So I love you guys. You're amazing. Thank you for sharing the content. I see it on Twitter. I see it on Facebook. Everyone who shares the content, love you. Everyone who subscribes, love you. And most importantly, you're watching, hitting that like button, and commenting below. You're amazing. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, in this video, I noticed a lot of you guys are like, hey, Doug, can you do me a favor? Can you talk about the strength of schedule with the Dolphins? Because it sucks this year. And if you guys have been rocking with me, you're amazing. Again, there's no level of amazingness, but you're all amazing. I'm in a good mood, if you can tell. It's because my kitchen's almost done. I don't know why I'm talking so much about things that are irrelevant to the story or the video. I apologize. It changes, and the strength of schedule is really bad for 2023. But again, I do this every year where I talk about it and I show you guys examples of how it don't matter. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about how it doesn't matter. And then I got a comment of the day. I asked when I went on Twitter. I was like, hey, who wants to be part of the comment of the day? Boom. When you guys hit me up with a good one, I said your comment of the day. And congratulations. So if you answered me on Twitter, stick to the end. We'll send my end because you're going to be part of the comment of the day. But before we jump into that, I do have to shout out a new patron, Christopher Small. Christopher, you're amazing. Thank you for hitting that, joining the Patreon, and everyone who joins the Patreon and the membership. You guys are amazing. I have special content for you guys during this stretch of no football. Because after Sunday, and I'm going to be live streaming the Super Bowl, we get a long stretch of no football physically to watch. So I got a ton of content planned for you guys. So let's jump into what the video is about. The Miami Dolphins strength of schedule. I'm going to minimize myself so I could show you. The Miami Dolphins for 2023 have the second hardest strength of schedule. The opponents they'll be facing have a combined record of 158 and 127 and 2, with a winning percentage of .554, which is the second hardest behind Philadelphia. So again, you see that and you're like, holy guacamole, Batman, that's horrible. Why do we have the second hardest schedule? And if you look like the top five, you got the Giants, Patriots, and the Cowboys are tied for third. You got the Bills, the Jets, and the Bills. So the whole AFC East is like top 7. And the NFC East. We play the NFC East, and that's why. The NFC East was a very good division. The AFC East was a very good division. We're going to be playing each other, and that's why, if you notice, the Eagles, the Giants, the Cowboys, the Commanders, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Jets, the Bills, who are the top 8 teams, is the AFC and NFC East, because we are playing each other, and both divisions were really good this past year. But again, you see that, and then you look all the way at the bottom. You got the Atlanta Falcons have the easiest, the Saints, the Texans, the Colts, the Titans, the Panthers. Are you picking up on something? That's the NFC South is going to be facing the AFC South. Both those divisions sucked. You pick up what I'm putting down, but things could change. And I'm going to talk about that, but I'm going to give you an example, right? So this is, when was this article made? I want to make sure I popped up the right article for you guys. This article was made May 11th of 2022. So this was the beginning of the 2022 season and the strength of schedule for the beginning of the 2022 season. And you can see here, the Rams had the hardest. The Cardinals, the Bengals, the Bucks, 49ers, and Chiefs had the top 5 hardest schedule going into 2022. Miami Dolphins sitting here at the 21st. Fairly easy schedule down here at 21st. And you look down here, you got the Cowboys, the Commanders, the Eagles, the Giants, NFC East, Lions, bottom 5, easiest. But then you fast forward to the end of this year, The 49ers had the easiest schedule when 2022 was over. Who had the hardest schedule? Top 5, the 49ers, who had the easiest when the season was over. The 49ers, you're picking up what I'm putting down. You look at who had one of the the Jets and the Dolphins, hardest. Where were the Dolphins here? The 21st. So when the season started in last year, the Miami Dolphins had the 21st easiest schedule, but then when the season ended, they had the second hardest schedule. Do you see? You see what I'm saying? 9-8, second hardest. Easiest, 0.48. 138, 149, and 2 was the combined record of the opponents going into 2022. And that is why I tell you guys a lot, don't look at the strength of schedule. Don't look at your opponent. Like, a lot of people, when the schedule comes out, when the opponents come out, go back and watch my video where I talk about the 2023 opponents. And then especially when the schedule is going to come out, I think it's before the draft. Normally the schedule comes out. I talk about the schedule. I want to look at when we're playing prime time, when we're home, when we're away, when's the bye week, right? Those are a lot of things that matter to me. Other than that, the opponents, it's good to see when we're facing certain people, but things could change so drastically from not playing football to the end of the season. It happened in 2021. A lot of people were looking at that schedule saying, oh, look at who they're facing. They got to face the Saints, and they got to face these guys and that guys. We went on an 8-game winning streak, 7-game winning streak after a 7-game losing streak, facing teams that when the season started, you looked at them, we shouldn't have beaten, but they got decimated with injuries. And that's where all this flips, because, again, going into the 2022 season, the 49ers and the Chiefs had to face their own division, which was really hard. But then when the season was over, those guys, 49ers, the Chiefs, the Chargers, had to face their own division, which ended up being incredibly easy, obviously, besides the Seahawks, who were down there as well. Lots of things can change. So when the strength of schedule comes out, and some people are like, why do we always have it the hardest? We don't always have it the hardest. Because last year we actually had it 21st ranked easiest, and then it ended up being the hardest because a lot of things can change, from injuries to draft picks. A team could add draft picks, add free agency, and all of a sudden go from being one of the worst teams in 2022 to one of the best teams in 2023. So again, you look at the Atlanta Falcons, the Saints, the Houston the Colts. I'm trying to pick a good, like the Browns, right? Say Deshaun Watson puts his stuff together, he gets his head out of his butt, and he gets the rust off, and the Browns actually play really good. They have a very good, easy schedule. It's 26th ranked, but their opponents could get better. They can add draft picks, they can add, free agents, they can add the head coach. You do all these things and get better, and all of a sudden they can go from 26th, Miami's 21st, to having one of the hardest schedules. And one of the hardest up there, say the Miami Dolphins, the NFCs could fall flat on their face. Cowboys can fall apart. The Giants can fall apart. The Eagles can have a Super Bowl slump, regardless if they win or lose. You look at all the opponents we're facing could get decimated with injuries. All of a sudden, the Dolphins could end 2023 with the easiest schedule. So again, I do this every year, especially because, some of you guys are new and you might not have seen it last year. But when you look at the strength of schedule, take it with a grain of whatever you want to call it. It means nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I say the same thing when the schedule comes out. I don't make my record predictions until the day before the season starts on that Thursday. That's when I release my record prediction for the Miami Dolphins, because I'm not going to sit here in April and predict, the Dolphins are going to beat so-and-so, the Dolphins are going to beat this guy, and da-da-da-da-da. Because for one, if it happens before the draft, I don't know who they're going to add. Second, I don't know if the draft picks or the free agents are going to click on that first year. I don't know who's going to get injured, not get injured. There's so many variables. So again, it's fun to do when the schedule comes out. I don't partake in it. I just like to talk about certain things about the schedule. I wait till I see training camp and preseason, and then you get an idea of what these teams are. And that's when I do it. I do it before the season starts. So again, when it comes to strength of schedule, when it comes to all this stuff, when it comes to predicting the 2023 season, it is too early. And that's why you see, I don't know his name. It's the ball guy on the NFL Network. Every year he does his record prediction, and he's always wrong. I think he had the Dolphins losing the first 3 games, and we went 3-0. Like he's just so wrong in so many aspects of his predictions because you don't know. So I hope that answers your questions. I'll be sure to do this again next year. Hopefully I get more subs next year. Hopefully the channel keeps growing. Love you guys. But it's all fun. I'm not telling you not to do it. And I'm not saying that to do it is stupid. It's fun to do, but don't take it too seriously. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm putting out there. But yeah, comment below. Let me know what you think. What do you think about what I have to say and all that good stuff? And what I want to say is going to coincide with comment of the day, because comment of the day is a very good comment. And this comment comes from Pachow, Nick Morales at Nick Morales 27 _ at Nick _ Morales 27. Thank you so much for the comment. He says, what are you most excited for this upcoming season and start of next season? Very good question. It coincides with what I'm talking about with the upcoming season. I'm very excited to see this team continue to gel. The team did a lot with the first-time head coach, right? We were decimated with injuries on the defensive side. And our offensive line was not where it should have been. Again, in part to injuries, to Teron Armstead, to Austin Jackson, and then Shell, and then Greg Little, and then, I could go down the laundry list of tackles we lost. And then our left guard got injured. He also wasn't playing well. And then, there were so many things. But other than that, we actually top 11 offense, right? Gelling when Tua was in there for the most part, except for, to me, 2.5 games, he played bad. Other than that, I think he did pretty decent. And at some points, he was elite level quarterback play. We were gelling. It was the defense, right? Defense started really waking up towards the end of the season. And now you had Vic Fangio. And again, it's pen didn't hit paper, but it's going to happen after the Super Bowl. But you had Vic Fangio. And then he's going to bring his thing in. He's going to want to bring his guys in. He's going to want to add this, do that. He's going to bring a different aspect to this defense. I'm excited to see if he can bring us, if he can bring the defense to, and I said the same thing about the offensive line, and the offensive line didn't make a big enough jump. I said if the offensive line could be like top 15 or in the teens, I'd be happy they were 22nd, right? It was a jump, but it wasn't big enough for my liking. If Vic Fangio could take this defense from I think we're 24th ranked to again, the teens, 15-ish. And we're solid in certain aspects, and we're causing turnovers, and we're holding opponents, and, our defense wins games as well as our offense wins games. And we have a lot of games like the Browns game last year, which was a complete team win. That's what I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see that. And I'm excited to see Vic Fangio and, a lot of these guys, a lot of Mike McDaniel's friends, Sean McVay and LaFleur and all these guys, the biggest thing they were worried about was facing Fangio's defense. There's an article that talks about how his defense makes a lot of these smart offensive-minded head coaches worried because he messes with your quarterback. So I'm very excited to see that. I'm very excited to see what he can do with this defense, and if he can cause this defense to match what the offense was outputting with, the Ravens game, 28 points in the fourth quarter. You got the Lions game, the Browns, the Bears game, where we were just touchdown after touchdown, but our defense was getting. This team is going to be dangerous. We beat the Eagles. We beat the Bills by 2. We lost to the Bills by 3 in the regular season. It's tight. If the defense can step up and make the stops that we needed to, especially in Buffalo, that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited to see a well-rounded team. Will it happen? I don't know. It's flipping February. But that's what I'm excited for. So thank you so much for the comment. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, head over there. Follow me on Twitter. Sometimes I go on Twitter to ask for comment of the day. But if you want to be part of the comment of the day, comment below. Say comment of the day in front of it, and I will pick one of your comments. But again, don't make it super long. Because again, I doubt you're going to want to sit there and listen to me read a paragraph. But if you want to be part of it, leave a comment below. Comment of the day. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. We're getting very close to 40K. I think I'm gonna give a jersey away. I think I'm gonna pick a winner, and then I'm gonna have you pick the jersey you want. Obviously, I'm not doing a custom jersey, and I'm not gonna do like an autographed, ridiculous jersey. But I think, You know, if you want a Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, Dan Marino, to Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, I might give a jersey away. Just because you guys are awesome. I love you guys. So as soon as we hit 40K, going to do a giveaway. I didn't even mean to rhyme that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Like usual, stay classy. I fins up.